Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Monday edition of Today in Sports Betting. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, but we're going to do something different, Scott. We usually talk about the NBA for the first time in 5 months, 6 months. No NBA. Except
All-Star weekend.
Game, I know. But still, they had the All-Star game. They had the skills competition. They had basketball. There's no basketball. Nothing. Forget about it.
You have the WNBA.
Nothing.
Fair enough.
No, I like the WNBA. You know what? I wish I had time to become more of a WNBA expert because I know there's good lines in the NBA. I know
just bet Seattle.
I know there's a ton of people that make money in the WNBA. I know there's some juicy lines.
I gave out a couple WNBA plays in the playoffs last year, but Liberty Bibberty 2-0.
You haven't quite mastered Twitter yet, have you?
Just saying, Liberty Bibberty.
If you follow Scott Reichel at Reichel Radio, that's the kind of high quality tweets you see.
I think it's good stuff.
He literally tweeted that out yesterday. Liberty Bibberty.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him a pity like, because nobody else had.
Wasn't a pity like. You just enjoyed the joke.
All right, Scott. Let's take a look at the MLB card, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, good. I don't know why.
I had to think about if I wanted to talk about it or not.
I don't know why I was waiting on you. It's going to be a short show if you just said no. You're like, nah, fuck it, I'm not into it. So.
I mean, I'm not going to be watching any of the games. I'll be watching hockey. But, yeah, we can talk about it.
So let's start with the team that just pantsed my team, Scott. Just Atomic Wedgie City. And
what was it? It was a 4-gamer because you had the –
had the makeup game.
I'm saying it turned into a 4-gamer or it was still a 3-gamer?
No, it was a 4-gamer. They played a doubleheader on Thursday.
What'd they go, 3-1 against you?
Yeah. Yep. Royals showed signs of life. They weren't, just dead to the touch like they had been the previous 10 games or whatever. But
yeah, they won a game.
Yeah. That's how you know they're back, baby. The losing streak stopped at 11. So
you got a new one. It's a 3.
We still haven't won a 9-inning game in about 3 weeks, but.
I was going to say, yeah, you won a game, but now your losing streak's at 3 instead of 11.
Yeah, exactly. So, White Sox, it doesn't get any harder for the White Sox here tonight, Scott. They're going up against one of your all-time favorites from his time with the Yankees. You know him, you love him. It's just another Happ, J.A. Happ, Scott. What's the deal with his name? Is actually J? Is that the deal?
It's J.A. I don't even know, honestly.
There's some weird thing where his name is actually J, but they call him J. I don't know.
If he was good enough with the Yankees, I would have learned his name. But I didn't.
Learned the little nuance behind the initials and whatnot. Yeah,
didn't bother.
He was okay, Scott. He started the season pretty well, but he really blew up the last time that he pitched. And normally. You go, well, it's not that big of a deal. You're willing to write it off. Except, Scott, it was just 5 days ago, and it was against the White Sox. And when I say he blew up, Scott, I'm not exaggerating. 3 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 9 earned runs. Not good at all. 1 homer, so congratulations. So he's just given up a ton of hits. Nothing good to say about that performance at all. Maybe he got 1 out in the 4th. That's the best thing you can say about it. It wasn't good at all. So the question is, does he right the ship and become the pitcher that he was the previous 5 games, or did he really show his true colors last time and he's going to get mauled by the White Sox, who I believe, Scott, checking my notes, do pretty well against left-handers. In fact, they are 21-2 now over the beginning of the 2020 season. Against Southpaws. They are 21-0 against left-handers not named Mike Minor.
Minor's got some special sauce or something because they can't figure him out.
The minor magic.
You're looking at everyone else that they face who's a lefty, and you might as well just hand in your resignation after about the 2nd inning.
Not good.
But you're looking at the price here. Keuchel's actually been pretty good this year. I know we've roasted him in the past, but he's hung around. It's been okay. And you're looking at Minnesota. This team is, how do I put this? Bad? Is that a good way to put it?
Well, I did a video the other day, Scott, and I said this is a team that's in last place in their division, and that division contains the Tigers and the Royals. So, yeah, that's not good.
I'm not sure Baldelli is going to last the end of the month. I don't know what the odds are right now, if they exist, probably somewhere offshore for first manager to get fired. Baldelli has to be the favorite at this point, right?
Yeah.
So you looked at what they did over the weekend. They had some opportunities against Oakland. Did those opportunities work out? Well, not really. You look at their record, they're 13-25. This team is just absolutely abysmal. You go through the recent results, it's even worse. They've only lost one game in a row, but they have lost, 6 of 7. They've lost about 10 of 11. It's just really, really bad from top to bottom. And you also look at Minnesota, and now this team was dominant at home last season, and even the year before that. 7-13 at Target Field. I don't know what happened. They just, I guess, got so depressed from the playoff losing streak, they decided to just not make it there in the first place. Because I don't really know what's going on with them. But Keuchel, I mentioned how he's been decent. His numbers itself aren't that great. But if you go through his outings, he got shelled against Minnesota in his last start, which is why I find this game a little bit interesting.
The rematch.
It's the rematch of both, just pitchers who got absolutely shelled by the opposition.
Keuchel got the win last time, by the way.
He got the win with 5 2/3 with 6 earned, but I said that he was decent. What I meant to say is that on the road, he's been pretty decent. He does have a 3.86 ERA on the road, 5.16 at home. So he's on the road. Maybe he'll show something. I expect a lot of runs in this game, but if you're asking me, do I back the White Sox, who are basically unbeatable against the lefties at around -118, -115 or so? I gotta like that. And if you're going to put the total at around 9, sure.
I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to play the over. Just set it and forget it. One of these pitchers is going to melt down. One of these teams is going to put up 7, Scott.
One of these pitchers will not get past the 4th.
Agreed. Yeah, at least one. Yeah, will not see the 5th. Will not see the 3rd out of the 4th inning. I totally agree.
Yeah, so I agree with you.
One of these teams puts up 7 runs, maybe both of them.
I got to assume the over is going to move to like 9.5 or even higher. I don't know how people are going to look at that last game and just say to themselves, especially with Minnesota's bullpen, which hasn't been great either. They're just going to look over and say, both offenses are pretty good on paper. Yeah, 9 sounds right when they both gave up about a combined 15 runs through the first 5 innings of the last game. Yeah, let's hit the total at 9. Let's see what happens. I got to assume it's going over.
The game's at Minneapolis, right?
Yes, it's at Target Field.
Well, let me do a quick weather check here, Scott, and see if there's some weather-related reason where that would be a situation that would keep that total down. Because
while you're doing that, I'm just going to mention what I know about Minnesota's bullpen. It has the 7th highest ERA in the league, so they don't exactly get many outs. And if you're assuming Hap's going to struggle, then Chicago should be able to put up a nice, I'd say, crooked number there on a variety of innings. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the White Sox. But if you're looking at both pitchers being underwhelming, take the over.
Yeah, I agree. The wind's going to be blowing east-northeast at about 10. Trying to remember in my brain how that's set up. But I want to say it. I want to say that. Home plate. I want to see that.
You know how reliable Covers is when it comes to their arrow detection?
Comes to their what?
Arrow detection. When it tells you what the arrow is for the wind.
Oh, not good?
Some sites that I've seen are not really great at it, but some sites are. According to Covers, the wind's blowing in.
It is. It's going to be the home plate almost faces directly east, and the wind will be blowing from the east-northeast at about 10 miles an hour.
Now, is that a bad thing for Hap because he only gave up 1 home run and he still gave up 9 runs?
Yeah, he gave up 9 runs, 9 hits.
The wind's not going to impact the amount of hits they had against them. It's going to impact some home runs, but they didn't need it the first time around.
Maybe if they get one up if they pull one to left field and get it up in the air, it could knock it back 5-6 feet, something like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's nothing to dissuade me from taking the over. Now, if the number was at 10, that wind might play a little bit of a factor for me, but at 9, I'm jumping with both feet on that.
Yep, I agree.
All right, Scott. Dodgers not get any good injury news at all. As Seager's out with a broken finger, out with the broken 5th metatarsal. By the way, I don't know why they just can't say pinky finger, but he broke his 5th. Got hit by a pitch. 4 weeks is what I'm hearing. Is that what you hear, Scott?
About a month or so. You never really know because they're going to have to try to rehab it, go to the minors for a game or two and see how it feels. So it could always be longer.
Did I say 4 weeks and you corrected me to a month?
I'm saying I agree it's going to be around 4 weeks or so, but it could be longer.
Okay. All right. Good enough.
So I'm saying, you know what I mean, when they have to go to rehab and you see them in the minors for like a week, you got to see if they can A, hit, and B, since the National League, he's got to also field. So you got to make sure that, everything feels right.
Absolutely. I'm assuming right-hander?
Seager?
Yeah.
Well, fielding-wise, yes. Batting-wise, he can bat from the left.
He can or he does?
I know he does. I'm not sure if he's a switch or not. I'm pretty sure he's just a lefty.
So my point is he broke the finger that he broke is on his throwing hand.
He bats lefty, throws right.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
I wasn't sure if he was a switch, but I know for a fact that I've seen him bat left-handed.
So you're hitting left-handed, yeah. So that's going to be your bottom. That's going to be your bottom hand. Yeah, I bet.
Also the glove hand, so that part might not be as bad, but when it comes to the actual hitting, that's going to be the problem.
What'd you say?
Well, he broke it on the left hand, right?
Oh, he broke his left pinky. That's weird.
Was the left or the right?
What's that?
Was it the left hand or the right hand?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
I thought you were saying that it was.
I'm assuming it was his right hand because that's going to be your bottom hand hitting left hand, and that's most likely where it hit right there at the knob. I didn't see it happen.
Okay, I thought that you said my bad. I thought that you said.
I thought you said I'm all right, Spider. I thought you said no, Spider. I'm all right.
Oh, okay. When you put it that way, Roger, what's our Victor?
Do you know that movie? You know Goodfellas?
Of course.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Usually you're on them, so
I know that, and I hit you with an airplane reference, but it was his right finger.
Is his right finger?
It's his fielding. It's his fielding hand.
No.
His throwing hand. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah. So it was the finger I thought. Okay. Cool. Man, there's 3 minutes we're never going to get back.
No, that was.
Hopefully everybody just fast forwarded through.
That was an Abbott and Costello routine right there.
Scott, you know who hasn't been good lately?
That's a great question. Minnesota?
Walker Buehler.
Oh.
Walker Buehler's lost 3 of his last 4, Scott.
Not right. What's going on in the world?
Not good. His last time out the game that he won, he went up against the Cooch, and the Cooch kind of fell apart there. Actually, the bullpen fell apart. But he still gave up four runs in through 7 innings. So 3 home runs, Scott. 3 home runs Walker Buehler gave up.
Ridiculous.
Giving up 6 home runs in his last 4 games. That's not good. You know who has been good?
Bumgarner.
Yeah, been really good. Really, really good. How about a .90 ERA over his last 5 starts, Scott?
He owes us part of the paycheck.
Yeah, we pretty much turned him around. I totally agree with that. He got tired of us absolutely roasting him and fading him on the show. We wondered how many more starts he was going to get to make. You and I debated if he'd be in the bullpen by the All-Star break. Now we get to debate whether he's going to be on the All-Star team.
I think I said he'd last longer than you did. So I guess I won by default in the Price is Right rules, but we were both really, really off.
Yeah, we really were. So you have any interest in fading the Dodgers here, Scott, at plus 176?
I think you kind of have to. I'll tell you, I'm not going to be laying about 190 with the Dodgers here. And I know that they've played better. They have won 4 or 5. They were on a 4-game winning streak, lost to Miami yesterday, but now Seager's out. You mentioned Buehler struggles. We know the Dodgers bullpen has problems at times. Now, to defend the Dodgers bullpen a little bit, Arizona's bullpen is not exactly one that I liked backing because it's the 3rd worst bullpen in the league.
Yeah.
So I guess the Dodgers are the lesser of 2 evils on that one.
Yeah.
But if I really was going to pick it, I would take Arizona first 5.
That's not a bad play. I mean, the thing is, you look at all of the things you say are true. The Dodgers have a lot of advantages here, but they don't have advantages that justify laying that price on them.
Correct.
Not against Mad Bum. Against any other pitcher on the Diamondbacks right now, absolutely. But you give me Madison Bumgarner, who is really pitching well. Like I said, .90 over his last 5. And what's important is the Diamondbacks are 4-1 in that stretch. God, they win for him. They don't win for anybody else except for Frankoff, which I don't even know who that is, but that's who won their last game. But I'll take Bumgarner here. Give me the price at plus 176. I'll take a little spin.
Yeah, I agree.
Sweat the bullpen. What's life without a little bullpen sweat? Because the Dodgers are going to make a rally. So
that's why I'm going first 5. I've seen too many Dodgers crooked numbers on the 7th or 8th.
Yeah, I agree. All right, and I'll play the under there too, probably.
Yeah, I think so. But once again, with the bullpens being involved, that's a pretty low total.
Can I get a 4? Yeah, no way.
Probably not. I got to assume that's
7.5 for the game. It's in LA. It's a night game. Unlikely you're going to get 4. If you can, I'd load up. I'd load up first 5 under 4.
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair, but I just don't see that number being available.
Nope. What else you like? Anything else? Get your attention?
We got the Giants playing against Sonny Gray, so I got to like the under 8, don't I?
Sonny Gray.
I know that Cincinnati at home has been really good at home. Has been really good at scoring at home, but yeah. I'm looking at the Giants. I gotta like the under there. Gray's been good. The Giants pitching staff has been mysteriously improving spin rates of all their starting pitchers, so they've done pretty well.
Is that really true? Or are you just
no? Just because we keep talking about Desclafani and Gaussman, how their spin rates are through the roof. So
right.
I'm assuming that's a Giants staff thing. I'm just going to go ahead and lean under there because Gray, I think, will do a good job against this Giants offense.
What was the streak? Oh, he hadn't given up more than 6. He hadn't given up more than 6 hits since 2018 until his last start. Sonny Gray.
And the Giants aren't exactly good at hitting.
No, they're not exactly. They've gotten better, and they can hit some home runs.
For the record, I'm not accusing the Giants of an all-out cheating scandal, but when the entire league is using some form of
just the pitchers.
When the entire league is using some form of substance to improve the actual numbers that you're going to have, I feel like most pitchers tend to share the type of substance they use in the clubhouse. Don't you think that makes sense when you're in the same bullpen and you're surrounded by each other every single game?
Yeah, and it started. We've talked about this before. It started with a clubby in Los Angeles for the Angels, and like it was a visiting clubby, and so it just kind of mushroomed out. Where one guy would
out. I know Bauer has some stuff. Bauer, I think Bauer actually hired some chemists to work on something like a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
and I think he's been giving it to some. But the point is, if you're doing well and you see your teammates are struggling, you're on the same team. You have the same goals. So am I shocked the Giants pitchers all have improved spin rates? No, because they're all probably using the same stuff.
It's going to bust in a year or two, and it's going to make the steroid scandal look like peanuts.
It's pretty much every pitcher in the league. So I'm not just calling it the Giants. It's every pitcher, but I'm just throwing it out there. Their pitching staff, which involved a lot of non-household names, or if you knew them, it wasn't because they were very good.
Right.
They've randomly become Cy Young caliber pitchers, so I'm kind of going to call something on that one.
And you look at the league average. They can mess with home runs, but they generally don't mess with the average too much.
The averages have plummeted.
Yeah, it's way down. It's the lowest it's been since they lowered the mound.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you playing the under playing the under with the Giants. They were lucky to get out with a 4-1 win yesterday, but I will. I'll take that. I do wonder about Logan Webb, however, but
that's the issue. But I'll have faith in whatever stuff they're using.
All right, and he's been hit or miss. So
yeah, I mean he's been okay, and I think Gray should hold his own. So if you're looking at about a 4-2 final, sounds pretty good to me.
Yep, that sounds very Cincinnati, San Francisco, about 4-2 there.
Do you have any thoughts on Leicester at like plus 120 against Chicago?
I'm
just not an Alzolay guy.
Well, my first problem is with the Washington Nationals as a team, they can't score.
Correct.
So
is that a deal breaker?
It's and everything's going to be skewed now. All their numbers are going to look better than they actually are.
They had the one game with 17 runs.
Because they put up 17 against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, that's the same Arizona team I'm backing against the Dodgers, by the way. Good times.
Yep.
But yeah, I just don't have any faith in this team. As far as Lester goes, it's the return to Wrigley Field, Scott.
Well, he's been pretty good this year anyway. Of course, he's only going to give you 5. But
Yeah, you know what? He threw 6 his last time out. Gave up 1 earned.
he's been good.
So still giving up a ton of base runners, though. He's given up 15 base runners in 11 innings. I don't
Yeah,
love
it's not pretty. He constantly has guys dancing on the bases, which is a problem because, of course, Lester has one of the worst pickoff moves to first base.
Doesn't throw to first.
I was going to say in lefty history because he occasionally tries it, but he spikes into the ground to first base.
He's gone full seasons without throwing to first base.
He has, but every now and then he'll like purposefully throw a bounce pass to first base.
What a weird thing. Isn't that bizarre?
It wasn't as weird as that one catcher on the Mets, I think, who like couldn't throw it back to the pitcher. I forgot what his name was, but you know what I'm talking about. I mean,
well, of course, and before your time, you had Steve Sachs got the yips playing second base for the Yankees.
Yeah.
After he played for the Dodgers, he came over to the Yankees. Decent player, good utility guy, and
he forgot how to throw.
Couldn't throw it to first base. Yeah, it's just weird how that happened. So
I don't know. Maybe it's a mental thing, but
it's absolutely a mental thing. Yeah, because obviously you're painting the black 60 feet away, so they're asking you to throw the same distance from the mound to first base, and you can't do it.
Just can't pivot. But anyway, I looked at the Nationals there just based on price. But question about one other game. Thoughts on the Mets and Braves, because the Mets had won about 7-8 in a row. Then they faced Tampa, and they became the Mets again, and they completely fell apart, got swept in all 3 games. Now they're traveling to Atlanta. Fried was good in his last start. I can't say he was amazing, but he was fine. And Atlanta has been meh. Is that a good way to describe them?
Yeah.
Kind of like the entire NL East division. Just like every team is meh.
Yeah, it's a good way to describe that division for sure.
So I feel like I gotta like the Braves there. Nothing against Walker, who's actually good with the Mets for his appearances, but I just can't look past the recent performances by the Mets, especially the bullpen, which kind of started to deteriorate. I just think Atlanta's going to win at home.
Fried looks like he might be back, buddy. He made two good starts since coming off the IL, 2 runs in a total of 11 innings.
The Mets bullpen has really not been good for the last week or so.
Yeah, they're no bueno, and they're really bad on the road. 5.46 ERA on the highway. That ain't good. I'm with you. I'm not sure Atlanta gets them early, but I think they get them eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
As they take care of business against that bullpen there in the National League. They most likely get Acuna back tomorrow, so that's going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
So
the thing is, the Braves lost to the Brewers yesterday, but they did score 9 runs, so the offense woke up.
Right, and that's without Acuna. So I don't have a number on that, Scott. I think they're waiting to actually. Oh no, yes I do. It's Braves minus 126.
I see around 130, 134.
Yeah, I got 126. I bet online. I'll take Atlanta minus 126. That plays.
I think it's a good price.
All right, very good.
Cool.
All right, as always, if you're looking for more information on these games or any other games, don't forget to stop by and check out the one and only winnersandwhiners.com. Deep dives and predictions into every single game, every single day. Always there and always free. And, of course, you guys can get our thoughts every single day as Scott and I do our own videos. We do our video together. If you're not getting enough of us, like, man, I'd really like to hear some more of those guys. We do radio every day, Monday through Friday. Our flagship station there at 1490 WWPR out of Tampa. Check us out every afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. All right? So for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Whiners, appreciate you guys watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, we wish you nothing but the best. Hope every one of those tickets in your pocket turns into cash money when you head back to the window. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Today in Sports Betting.